The worst couples ever.
Yeah.
You okay?
What's going on, guys? Shak-Clips here once again, and this short has some wild clips of the craziest couples I can find. And look at the clip will be at the end, guys, so make sure to stay tuned all the way till then to find it. But in this first one, it is actually pretty interesting. You guys can let me know what you guys think. Basically, we have this woman over here. She's getting flirted on by this dude. Now, in my opinion, I think she could have just kept driving and rolled up her windows, but she still does the right thing, which is show her ring and basically let this guy know she's already taken.
Yo, what's good? You're hella beautiful. What's up? Oh, you got a man? Oh, he did that. Oh!
And this next one, I do think is pretty stupid. Basically, this man decided to show off his bike on a first date, and I guess the girl didn't like it. To be honest, not a lot of people are gonna like riding behind your bike. You should have just brought a car instead of trying to show off, you know?
An update on a motorcycle.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. You're not creepy, right?
No. Do I look creepy?
No.
Okay. You've never been?
It's weird. People who ride motorcycles.
It's weird?
Yeah, how can you do it? That seems so scary.
It's a lot of fun.
But I hate helmets. That looks stupid. I don't think I'm a motorcycle.
And this next we have this man over here. I guess he's a security guard, and he ends up telling the stories of what he hears from people trying to enter the club. It's super funny.
What are the worst kind of people that you get in the queue?
The law student. Do you have any idea you're breaking the law by not letting me into the club tonight? And then you've got the, do you know who my mum and dad are? My mum's a top criminal solicitor and my daddy owns an estate in Surrey. And then you've got the guy who doesn't know why he's being kicked out, even though it's blatantly obvious. Why am I being kicked out? I was only having a piss in the corner of the club.
Only.
God. And this next we have this girl over here. She goes on to explain the craziest DMs she's ever gotten and the ones that actually work. To be honest, these are actually super clever, but do you really just let into a girl's DMs like this? I feel like it's kind of childish to a sense. Are you only gonna respond to men that actually talk to you like this? It's kind of stupid to me. I don't know why.
What is the strangest thing a guy has ever done to try and win you over or take you on a date or get your number?
Like, I had a guy once send me all just pieces of furniture and I didn't reply. I kept getting all these pieces of furniture and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, oh, don't mind me just moving into your DMs, like moving into your life. And I was like, that's actually hilarious. Like,
hold on, let me just get this pen.
So I said, hi.
Let me just make some...
That is creative.
I had another one. It's creative. And I had another one. They sent like a little puppy emoji. And they're like, oh, sorry, he runs off sometimes. Anyway, how are you? Like, make a dog just run up to me.
I love
and it's
that.
like
Is
in
a
my
Josh
DMs.
Moss.
I love that.
Fucking
That's
Josh
amazing.
Moss.
That is actually hilarious. I replied to that one. I was like, this is funny. I like this guy. Yeah.
And this next one, this is actually pretty important. Back in the day, this education was very useful. You used to always teach kids all these kind of things, but nowadays we actually see the exact opposite. We don't even see these being instructed in schools anymore. And I'm like, why did things have to change?
When you go to bed with that person, you're not just going to bed with that person. You're going to bed with every other person that person has ever gone to bed with before in their life. So just picture it's as if you're all crawling into one bed together.
What if I want to have sex before I get married?
Well, I guess you just have to be prepared to die.
Meanwhile.
Was there a high school or college confession?
I'm a whore.
That's it? That's the confession? That's it?
That's it.
Fatherless behavior.
In this next, we have this woman over here who goes on to explain the worst date experience she's ever had. And let me just say, this guy absolutely finessed her. I guess he ended up trying to act like he was some kind of baller, had a Corvette and everything, but in reality, he was just a brokey. And this girl just got played out of a free date.
This one time, this guy told me, let's go on a date. And I was like, okay. But he was like, but my Corvette's in the shop. So I was like, all right, whatever. I picked him up in my car. We get to Wingstop. He said he forgot his wallet. I paid for the date. And turns out he had no Corvette.
Did you hook up with him at the end?
No. I was just that. I was not a liar.
You were not blessed.
I would have gotten something. I didn't even get dick. Yeah.
In this next one, I'm not sure why people say these kind of things on the internet. Then again, why does this man even ask these kind of questions? I feel like these questions are just so stupid, but to get a reaction from all these girls to see if they would even answer it or not. And to be honest, they do answer it. And why are you even asking women about these things though?
Take care, alright? Hey, how do you wipe your ass with your nails?
I wipe it. I get the toilet paper and I go like that, you know, and I go.
You never get like shit on your nails?
Don't play. Hell no. I mean, like,
I go deep in, you know, and then gets on the toilet paper.
Is it like this or like this?
Like, you gotta go deep in, and then you gotta take a shot.
Yeah, so we grinding, right?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah,
This my.
you know what it is.
Oh yeah.
Someone come get his man. Come get their man.
Go get that shot.
Okay, but like.
Y'all ready?
Hold up. I'm
Y'all
gonna
ready?
do it. I'm gonna do it.
Nah, let me do it, baby.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
She wanna be in the street.
Damn, bro. Hey, does a guy like him?
But anyways, no, he don't.
He don't have a chance with you?
But he could be my homeboy because I'm a cool ass bitch.
And this next one is actually pretty insane. Basically, this woman decides to explain how the wildfire that happened recently was caused by women who were trying to control it. Apparently, it was just a practice run. It was just a controlled fire. They were trying to maintain it to see if these women can handle it. And let me just say, clearly it did not work out that well. Guys, the fire actually reached to where I live. Everything was like red and ashes everywhere. And I'm like, bro, I cannot believe all this was caused by women who didn't know how to control the fire.
Oh my, you can. So that is the wildfire in Banff right now. And fun fact, it was started as a controlled burn by the International Women in Firefighting Conference. Previous to this controlled burn getting out of control, they were posting articles about how this conference was happening and how they were going to be doing this controlled burn, and it was only going to have women. Like, no men were allowed to be a part of this controlled burn. And I'm not saying that women shouldn't be doing this stuff. Go them. Great for them to be a part of firefighting and like wildfire fighting. I'm just saying it's a little bit funny that they are so quiet now about who started it, and they're just going, oh no, it's just Parks Canada, where there was nothing else, no other conference, nothing else going on. I mean, if it had gone well, they would probably be bragging about it and posting all over, and it would be all over the news about how it was this International Women's Firefighting Conference, and look how good they did. But since it went a little bit poorly, there's just a lot of silence on the matter. And I would have green screened in the article that was talking about how this conference was happening, but I don't know how. So just, you can Google it. You can Google the like International Women in Firefighting Conference, Banff, Alberta, and you'll see it. And they're talking specifically about this planned controlled burn. Just thought it was.
And this next video of this woman over here was actually pretty famous for the crazy things she's ever said online. I think at this point, it's just banter and complete jokes. Nobody really takes her seriously. And she's just doing this for clicks and views. But let me know what you guys think.
New York model dating a big-time lawyer is heated after he told her to get her own Uber. Says she needs to be treated like a 9.
I went on a date with a guy last week, and it was a good date. We had a fun time together. He's a big-time lawyer. He owns 3 to 4 cars. He's doing really well in life. You guys know I'm a model. I'm new to the city. Transplant. Don't even have a car yet. Like, I expect my date to either pick me up or Uber me to the date. You're asking me on a date. I expect to be taken care of. Okay, keep your standards high.
And this next one, this woman is an absolute queen. Basically goes on to explain why women who feel like life is getting boring with their man shouldn't leave him for a guy who's gonna make it more exciting. Because having a boring life with your man is just a part of life. I know a bunch of girls out here are be like, yo, my man is so boring. They'd rather have a toxic relationship. They'd rather do funner things or something. When in reality, there's nothing wrong with settling down in your relationship and having a normal life. I don't know what kind of things people want these days.
Men or women, when they meet someone peaceful, they label it as boring. And they're always seeking somebody who gives them some form of pleasure or dopamine. And the best person that gives you dopamine is a toxic attachment. What happens with a toxic attachment is you get preoccupied with that person. You're thinking about them, where are they, why haven't they called, blah, blah, blah. And that toxic attachment, they mislabel that as love.
Don't you think, like, when you are in a monotonous, boring relationship, it can get boring? So
life gets boring.
Yeah.
It's supposed to.
Yeah.
That's what it is. People are constantly thinking, but my marriage has gotten boring. How do I change it? Well, how do you change it? Maybe you need to change your mindset and accept that life gets boring. My honest advice, I always say this to people, is of course it gets monotonous and difficult, but when you meet somebody, girl or guy, who kind of accepts that life gets a bit boring and understands that not every day is pleasure, but more so wants intimacy, connection, and stability rather than excitement, you're onto a marriage. Because that's what marriage is. It's not, you habituate to your partner, you get used to them.
And this next with these two friends over here who end up absolutely roasting each other. Now these roasts actually get worse and worse. I'm not sure if they're gonna be friends after this clip.
Excuse me, are you guys siblings or dating?
We're childhood friends.
Perfect, so I'll give you $10,000 cash right now on the spot if you guys kiss.
We kiss her?
What? Sorry, mate, why would you
say that? If you're my boyfriend, I'd poison your coffee.
Well, if you were my girlfriend, I'll drink it.
It's fine, you cheated on all your girlfriends anyway.
Oh, you're spreading rumors about me now. Well, at least you found a hobby other than spreading your legs.
In this section, I definitely hate these kind of clips where people walk up to one another and asking what do they rate themselves 1 out of 10. Now, to be honest, guys, I feel like this is completely subjective to what the other person rates them, and that's how they're gonna come up with their own answer, and it's nothing honest at all.
What would you rate my friend Taylor 1 out of 10?
Can we do a spin? Just spin.
A 6.5.
Oh, shit. Ouch.
I'll give it 7.
I think she's a 10, but what would you guys rate yourselves?
Probably like a 6.5, to be honest with you.
Oh, okay.
I'll go like 2.5.
That's me.
What would you rate yourself, Taylor?
I would rate myself like an 8.
Okay.
And I would rate you a 4.5. And I would rate you a 4.5.
In this text, I found this absolutely hilarious. I guess this girl ended up getting pranked. I just wanted to add this in.
Oh, sorry.
What? No.
In this next one, I guess this man ends up trying to yell at his girl. I'm not gonna lie, guys, I kind of do feel bad for her, but she did defend herself at the end of the clip.
Don't slam my door!
You busted my eardrum.
Are you crying?
Yeah.
You okay?
No! Don't yell at me like that! Why would you do that?
Because it was hilarious.
It's not funny.
Should have seen your face.
Jerk.
Where are we going?
Chick-fil-A.
Hey, get your nasty paws off my desk! Ah!
Don't yell!
Without the regards so much for watching, guys, the next one, take care. Peace.